Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Welcome to LIRA in Law. Our usual Thursday evening. I was going to say Thursday afternoon, but of course hindi na afternoon. It's our usual Thursday evening broadcast nga between 7:30 to 8:30 po. So, ang pangalan ko po Lira Simon Kabatbat. We are broadcasting live from London, England. I'm a solicitor of 32 years. Every time I say it, I still am baffled by it. 32 years post-qualification. So, hindi kasama rin pag-aral at yung training. So, 32 years just practicing as solicitor. And I'm a solicitor po at the Douglas Simon Solicitors. We are based in London, England, in the lovely place of Richmond, Surrey. Anyway, so it's welcome po. It's thank you for joining me. It's always a pleasure to be here, and it's particularly it's a pleasure, but also at the same time, I'm often at the moment it feels like 90% of the time I'm discussing changes in the law that are either become more restrictive o kaya difficult things nga. So unfortunately nga ngayon that's not different, but as they say, forewarned means forearmed. So it's better to know kung may problema nga, and these are things to watch out for. So pag-uusapan po natin nga ngayon is CARERS, changes to CARERS. Now, those of you who have been kindly through with me through the journey of broadcasting, tatandaan niyo siguro about nearly 2 years ago, I was so excited coming on. Sabi ko, nagbago ng batas, CARERS are now included in the shortage occupation list. I was so excited and so pleased na yung nga nangyari. Now, unfortunately, it's all changed again. And ang pag-uusapan po natin, the recent changes, really recent. Some changes actually have only been in place since the 11th of March. So that was 3 days ago. So pag-uusapan po natin nga ngayon, CARERS specifically. Of course, CARERS are within the points-based system. And so yun ang pag-uusapan nga, yun topic natin, which in itself is a big topic, immigration po nga. So I hope you're sitting comfortably and with your mug of cocoa o kaya tea. I prefer tea, frankly. Actually, I don't mind a good hot chocolate also. But tea, I hope you're sitting down or lying down, watching us with your hot beverage and ready for our big topic with us. So, saglit lang, we're going to go into a very, very short commercial break. Tapos, tatalakayin nga natin a big topic of CARERS. All change again. So another big topic. I seem to only have big topics at the moment. Another big topic in immigration. So don't go away. Not too long anyway. Come join me in a few moments. Sadali lang po. Magandang gabi po ulit sa inyong lahat. Welcome back to LIRA in Law, broadcasting live from London, England. And of course, it's our usual Thursday evening get-together nga. When we will be discussing legal updates nga, especially immigration po. So yung pag-uusapan nga natin ngayon. So welcome back, and I'm certainly pleased to be with you tonight nga. Usual big topic. So ang topic po natin is CARERS, all change again. Now, alam niyo siguro, in about December last year, which not too long ago, the Home Office made a whole load of announcements, no? Ano mangyayari sa immigration, ang magbabago nga, going from really people who come into work, mga tao dito papasok sa spouse o partners nga, and that's been continuing. It's 2024, I think, will be one of the busiest for immigration practitioners like me. And and they did not disappoint. And one of the things nga is CARERS. So that was announced, as I say, in about December nga last year. Although before that, there were already rumblings about making changes to do with CARERS nga, and substantial changes certainly have been made or will be implemented very shortly for those coming into the UK. Pero yun nga, let's focus on CARERS. Now, una po, basic question, no? With the changes that are coming into play, can you still enter the United Kingdom to work as a carer? Can you come in on the basis of employment nga as a carer? The answer is yes, absolutely you can, but with quite a lot of restrictions. Yung titignan nga natin, and we're going to see if we can also look at those, no, in a bit more detail. So, ano bang ibig sabihin ng mga nagbagong batas, at saka kung nagbago nga yung mga tao nandito, ano bang mangyayari nga sa kanila, kung mga tao, kung hindi pa nga sila nakapasok, kung nandito sila pero ibang visa. So all those titingnan po natin. So as usual nga, ang show natin is very practical, and that's what we're going to continue nga doing today. So, sabi ko nga, kung gusto niyo pumasok dito as a carer, kung meron nga kayong sponsor, can you still do that? Yes, you can, but with limits. So, carers remain to be part of ang tawag nga shortage occupation list. But that's another change. I'm not frankly sure why they're bothering to change it, but they're going to rename the shortage occupation list to the immigration salary list. As I say, I don't really see that there's why they're looking to change it, but they're going to change it. So next time kung meron kayong mabasa ang tawag ng immigration salary list, that's the same as now the shortage occupation list. Now, carers. Kung papasok kayo dito as a carer, you need to come within what they call codes nga, no, of employment. So carers are under a code 6145. So tingnan natin kung anong sabing 6145 code. Let me just see if I can find it nga dito. The code that explains the ito po. Okay. So, sabi nga dito, occupation code 6145, carers and home carers, no? So basically, it includes in bullet points to the right, makikita nyo, care assistant, care worker, carer, home care assistant, home carer, support worker, say in nursing home. So a whole load nga of different types of posts come within the 6145 yung code nga as carers. And basically, that's working in England nga, eligible under that occupation. Yun nga, no? So if you are in those jobs, then carer nga kayo. So code nyo 6145. Now, anong ibig sabihin ng shortage occupation list? And it would soon be part of this immigration salary list. What is it? Why is it that say carers or people nga under the shortage occupation list is being treated differently? So ito po ang dahilan nila. The background nga is this. So there's some skill sets like carers nga, nurses, doctors. I mean, a whole gambit, of course, of those people in the healthcare industry nga, and also some types of engineers, welders, bricklayers. All of those people, they say are are in short supply. Those skill sets nga, sabi nila, kulang dito. So they want to be able to recruit more people with those types of skill sets. So in the past, and that remains to be the case, sabi nila, okay, kung ganyan ang trabaho nyo, kung ganyan ang skill set nyo, then we want you in the UK, and we want to encourage employers to also recruit you. So that's why ang nangyari po, in some 2 years back, dinagdag nila to the shortage occupation list are carers. So sabi nila, okay, come recruit carers dahil kailangan namin mga carers. So if you're part of the shortage occupation list or soon to be immigration salary list jobs, ibig sabihin, usually, it's easier to come into the country, no? Mas mabilis pa. They prioritize those people. They get a discount also on the home office fee. With some jobs also, there's no IHS fee or very limited IHS. IHS, by the way, is immigration health surcharge. That's your contribution to the NHS. Now, also it could be that it's a faster process nga, and it's also sometimes the case that you don't need to show as much money, no, by way of maintenance. So they encourage certain skill sets to come into the United Kingdom, and carers, as I say, at the moment at least, are part of that. Now, so they still recognize, and it continues to be part of it, no? So the government still recognize, the Home Office recognize na kailangan pa rin ng mga carers, but they are limiting people being able to enter the UK by imposing various conditions. So may mga restrictions. Tingnan natin mga restrictions. Unang-una po, what are the changes, no? So the change starts really with the people who are recruiting you, yung employer nyo or prospective employer nyo nga dito. If your care providers in England will now need to, who will only be able to sponsor care workers in the UK if they are registered, if they're regulated by the Care Quality Commission, no? Yung Care Quality Commission, basically, because they monitor, no, organizations who provide care to either the elderly or vulnerable people. So they want to check na you are doing things properly, that you are following, you're compliant with health and safety, mga ganoon. So ngayon, kung wala silang, kahit meron silang lisensya, sponsorship license nga, hindi sila pwedeng mag-recruit galing sa Pilipinas, for example, kung hindi nga sila nakarehistro doon sa Care Quality Commission ng tawag, no? If they're not registered, they cannot sponsor people from abroad to work in the United Kingdom. There's some exemptions nga to that, but I can't see kung most carers that I deal with are here to deal with vulnerable people. So I can't really see that there are many care providers who are going to be exempt from registering. So yun ang una, kailangan may dalawang, so hindi nga lang lisensya, sponsorship license, but also that they're registered with the Care Quality Commission. Now, what is the Care Quality Commission? So tingnan nga natin, let's have a look at the website, no? Very briefly nga. Tingnan ko na, papakita ko sa inyong website nga dito of the Care Quality Commission, if I can bring it up. Sandali. Oh, ito po, no? So, Care Quality Commission. Now, what is registration, for example? So, it's a whole website nga. It's really for you, para sa employer nyo, to check, do they have to register, what to do when they're registering. Pero kailangan nga ito. Now, so, kung mag-a-apply nga kayo, sabihin natin nasa Pilipinas kayo, interesado kayong pumasok nga dito as a carer. Meron kayong employer na, so sabi nila, meron nga silang lisensya. But the next thing to check, no, is are they actually registered with the Care Quality Commission? Because kung hindi nga sila registered, they can't actually recruit you. So you can actually go on their website. Makikita nyo dyan, itong website na itong pinapakita ko sa inyo, makikita nyo dyan, nandun bang pangalan nila? No? So there will be a list. There's a list of organizations kung nandun sila. Kung hindi nga kayo, kung hindi nyo makita o gusto nyo nagtataka nga kayo, hindi nyo, bakit wala nga sila doon, ask, no? Because sometimes nga mga tao, they say, oh yeah, walang problema, bibigyan ko kayo ng cost. And they can't because they have not registered. So, kung hindi nga kayo sigurado, ask. Because of course, it's a big deal to leave any country nga to come to the UK to work. And sometimes nga may mga tao, they have other choices, no? They could go to Canada, they could go to America, but they choose the United Kingdom. So, if you're going to do that, if you're going to make nga that decision, of course, gusto nyo siguraduhin that they can really actually employ you. And the upside nga of this, the Care Quality Commission, is hopefully nga, yung mga taong, I mean, unfortunately, I do have come across people, carers nga, na inaabuso dito. It sadly happens, no? I think for the majority, it's not the case na nandito nga sila, maigi yung trabaho, masaya nga sila dito, and they continue, of course, to work and be able to bring, until recently, be able to bring their family into the UK. But it's not always the case. I've come across nga some carers who are clearly not in a great, not even safe sometimes, no, work environment. So hopefully, itong addition nga, the registration with the Care Quality Commission hopefully will help in monitoring, making sure nga ang employer that they do the right thing, and ensure that you have a safe and relatively happy working environment. So yun ang unang-una po. Yung employer nyo, hindi nga lang na kailangan meron silang lisensya to be able to give you the cost, the certificate of sponsorship, but also kailangan na register sila with the Care Quality Commission. Yun ang unang-una. Now, there are the changes, no? From the 11th of March, 3 days ago, 11th of March, today is the 14th of March, care workers and indeed senior care workers will no longer be able to bring dependents into the UK. So, ibig sabihin, asawa nyo, mga anak nyo. Until then, you could. And certainly, I have a number of clients nga na usually silang nauuna tapos kinukuha na yung mga pamilya nila dito. Or sometimes sabay-sabay nga, no? And sometimes also the employer gets 2 for 1 in that yung applicant nga may visa siya dito as a care, yung asawa carer nga din. So unfortunately, from the 11th of March, so now the 14th na tayo, so it's already in play, no longer be able to bring dependents, anak o asawa into the United Kingdom. But there are some exemptions, okay? So care workers and senior care workers nga, na kung nandito na nga kayo, so nandito na kayo under that route, may visa na kayo, nagtatrabaho na kayo dito, nandito na din ang pamilya nyo, they will simply be able to extend with you, no, their visa, and then and also with you can apply for settlement in the United Kingdom in due course. So kung nandito na nga kayong lahat, huwag kayong mag-alala, pwede nyo extend, hindi nyo kailangan silang pauwiin sa atin, so the children and your husband or wife nga in the UK can remain in the UK with you. Now, what happens though kung sabihin natin nandito na nga kayo? I have a few of these actually. People have been panicking actually of recently. So, nandito na nga kayo, nagtatrabaho nga kayo, pero hindi nyo pa nakukuha ang asawa nyo o anak nyo nga dito. Can you still do so? Yes, you can. You would still, then you already are here as a carer. So yung lumang batas ang applicable nga sa inyo. So you can apply for them to enter the United Kingdom to join you in the UK. Yung emphasize nyo nga lang when they make an application that of course, nandito na nga kayo and you were here prior to the change nga on the 11th of March. So you can, which is good news because that was a big concern. Now, if you are on any other route, so sabihin natin nandito kayo as a spouse, no? Spouse visa sabihin natin. Pero hindi nga may nangyari sa marriage nyo, you can't extend for whatever reason the spouse visa. Tapos gusto nyong palitan to a care visa, no? And you can do that. So you can change your spouse visa to say something that allows you to work. Sabihin natin nasa carer, no? Kung mangyayari, kung ang application nyo, gagawin nyo na nga lang nga ngayon, spouse visa nga kayo ngayon, magpapasok yung care visa, papalitan yung spouse visa nyo to care visa nga ngayon, of course, nagbago ng batas. No? So, of course, now it's the 14th of March. So, ibig sabihin, you will not be able to bring your family into the United Kingdom. So, kung naiwan nga yung mga bata sa atin, hindi nyo na sila makukuha as a carer. There may be other routes, but as a carer, hindi na nga po. No? Unfortunately. So, the change of the law is on what happened on the 11th of March. Kung nandito na nga kayo, so ibig sabihin, yung batas nga, yung lumang batas ang applicable sa inyo. Kung wala pa kayo dito, then yung panibagong batas ang applicable nga sa inyo. That unfortunately means no spouse, no children. Now, it could be, makakuha, so 5 taon kayo dito, sabihin natin, dumating nga kayo dito, trabaho, 5 taon, 5 years pass, you get indefinite leave to remain. And of course, you can still apply for indefinite leave to remain. Noon, pwede nyo kunin yung asawa nyo dahil indefinite na nga kayo, ibang batas, asawa nyo, anak nyo. Now, of course, 5 years is a long time. And a concern, certainly, that I have, and most people have, practitioners, is yung mga bata. Dahil ang deadline po ay 18. So kung paso na silang 18 in 5 years time, nung lang sila makukuha, hindi mo sila makukuha as a dependent, which would be a great shame. I have concerns about it. I can see why they introduced it. I don't agree with it, but I can see why they did. But it's so at the moment nga, it is a difficulty. Pero sabihin natin mga anak niyo batang-bata pa, then one way of looking at it is dito muna kayo, kayod na, uwi sa atin, means taon-taon or twice a year, one would hope, and then you can make an application pagka indefinite na kayo to bring them into the United Kingdom. Now, income, okay? So this is also something that has confused an awful lot of people. So let's have a look at that. So the general workers, under the points-based system, tataas nga ang income nila, or an income requirement really. So at the moment, the income requirement, minimum income requirement for most jobs is 26,200. Tataas po yun sa 38,700. But kung carer kayo, you're exempt from that, okay? Because you're part of the health and social care visa route. And those people, so nurses, for example, doctors nga, certainly senior carers and carers nga are exempt from the hike of 26,200 to 38,700. But, of course, kalimutan, meron pa rin minimum salary requirement, no? Now, in the UK, every year, usually on the 1st of April, 5th of April, 1st of April, tumataas, every year, the minimum income requirement or minimum income rate, changes. And so the minimum income rate for carers now must not be below the minimum income requirement nga, or income rate, which is if you're working 37 hours, 37.5 hours at the moment po, is 20,960 pounds, which works out to be about exactly £10.75 per hour. If you're working 37.5 hours, then income nyo per year is 20,960. So minimum po yun for a carer. Now, 1st of April, tataas ang sweldo, ang rate nga, and it's going to go up to £11.44 for those of you who are over 21 years. So tataas po yun on the 1st of April. So what? That's two and a bit weeks time. So ibig sabihin, I've done the calculation for you. On 37 hours or 37.5 hours, the income per annum before tax now goes up to £22,308. Okay, so at least carers do not need to earn the hike of 38,700, but there should be a minimum income of £11.44 per hour, or on a 37.5 hour week it's 22,308 pounds. So it's not it's all changed now. But as I say, ang maganda nga, look, you can still enter the UK as a carer. You can still apply for indefinite leave to remain after 5 years, and at that point, kung gusto nyo kunin yung pamilya nyo, kung pwede pa silang kunin, then you can make an application, of course, for them to join you as your dependents. Now, but nevertheless, it is it's a change that is restricting unfortunately, as I say, I don't agree with it, but I can see why they introduced it. If their aim is to limit the net migration into the United Kingdom, but things to bear those things in mind kung yun po ang plano yung pumasok nga dito, because so hindi nga lang basta-basta na nga, no? And bear in mind also yung employer, no? The additional requirement. So hopefully that was of interest to you. I mean, I really don't like imparting bad news na, but sometimes, as I say, no, kailangan yung malaman. It's better to know kung may problema. Clients actually always say this to me. My clients are not just lovely, but also they're very wise, no? And some of them come up with the wisest things. Sabi nga nila, no, it's better to know. Mas magandang malaman natin, malaman kong problema. So alam ko kung may solusyon. Or rather than not know it. Actually, a very wise client told me that only yesterday. So it's so it's better to know. Now, having given you kind of sad news, no? I want to lift up my own spirit and see if my favorite segment of the show. Not that I dislike the others. I do, no. Many of you will know I do like to talk, no? So I do enjoy nga dito. But I do like those people who greet us, no? Mga kaibigan nga natin, batian. So let me just see kung meron may bumabati. Hopefully there's some comments nga, no? Some people nga saying hello. Tingnan natin. Our youth the guy. He's so lovely. Happy Thursday, sabi po niya, Attorney Lira. And to the viewers, worked in Canary Wharf today. Oh, sorry to hear that. Jubilee and Northern Lines are very busy. No? Nag-aalaga kay Justin now. Oh, we love Justin. Looking forward to lots of learning again. And to Attorney Lira's lovely voice. The guy. Justin, no, many of you would know, is of course Egay the guy's Robin to his Batman nga, no? He's a lovely boy. Hi Justin. Hi Egay the guy. Sino pa? Miss Rafael. We love Miss Rafael. We all love Miss Rafael, and she's feeling good. No, tignan nyo, all caps siya, no? Hello again and good evening, Attorney Lira and everyone. Sabi po niya, happy Thursday to you all, and thank you for this show, Attorney Lira. Oh, no thanks necessary po. It is my pleasure, Lady Emmeline. You're so lovely. He's actually really lovely. He really is. May Tigbaw Vargas, the lovely May Tigbaw Vargas. Hello and good evening po, Attorney Lira, and to all the viewers, no, and followers of this program. Salamat. Happy Thursday and God bless. Watching from Exeter, Devon. Kamusta ka, May? I mean, it's hopefully the weather in Devon is a bit better. Nung umuwi ako, umuulan ulit. I don't think it stopped raining for a long while. So, no, I'm not complaining. Kailangan natin ulan. Of course, mga plants can't live without that. And certainly, my plants, I always forget to water them outside. So my plants would be dead without the rain. But nevertheless, laging umuulan. So hopefully the weather is better for you, no? Ma'am Cora. We love Ma'am Cora. She's so lovely also. Hello, our beloved. We love her. Our beloved Attorney Lira and everyone, magandang gabi. Yes, we're watching and listening to Precious Lira in Law topic tonight. New law for CARERS. Oh, salamat po talaga nanonood siya, no? Maraming salamat ulit for sharing us your love and time ngayong gabi. Oh, Ma'am Cora, it is truly my pleasure. No? I've had the pleasure, absolutely, of meeting Ma'am Cora personally, and so she's lovely. She really truly is. Now, so okay, so I hope. Oh, Miss Giling is. I say this always because it's true. No, she's one of the hardest working people. At saka buo niyang pamilya, and they're also lovely to boot. No, So, Miss M.M. Giling, no? Hello, good evening, sabi po niya, no? Happy Thursday po, ma'am, and to all viewers. Happy Thursday, Miss Giling. Hope you well and not working too hard. I mean, it's no point telling you not to work too hard. You always do anyway, no? Too hard. You enjoy your life, no? And that goes to you all, no? Enjoy life. Life is too short. Someone was just, again, telling me that, no? The other day. And again, another client. So, I love my clients because they're so, they impart such wisdom to me, and so I'm always so privileged, no, to meet with them. Now, so having done my favorite segment of the show, which is the Bati, and we're going to take a short break. It's a bit long po, no? Tapos we're going to discuss questions, and so we have some really big questions also. Okay, Alice, well, saglit lang po, just a short break, and then we'll come right back with the question and answer portion natin, okay? Saglit lang po. Hello po. Welcome back. No, it's welcome again to LIRA in Law. And I hope you enjoyed nga yung topic nga natin kanina, which is changes to CARERS, no? CARERS o change nga again. Now, of course, hindi nga lang limited yung topic natin to CARERS. We are also dealing with any other questions, no, that you may have in actually any area of law. Okay, so this is now your chance to ask me anything. So now tingnan natin. I think we have some good big questions, no? Okay, so ito po, sabi niya, good day, sabi po niya, no? I have a British friend, and nasa palliative care po siya. So mas malalang sakit, no? Meron po siyang girlfriend na Pinay for 3 years, and gusto sana niyang makuha yung Pinay papunta dito sa UK para mapakasalan. Para mapakasalan niya bago siya mamatay. It's getting sadder, no? They were thinking of a fiancé visa. Gusto niya po kasi mapass sa girlfriend yung bahay niya, council house, okay? Kaya dapat married po sila. At the same time, gusto po niyang matulungang mabago ang buhay ng kanyang girlfriend bago siya totally mapahinga. In this case, possible po kayang makuha niya ang girlfriend niya. Naka-disability allowance siya. Kayo po, kaya wala siyang pera. Malaki po bang mapapakita niyang para magpa-sponsor? Also, hindi pa sila this is the problem. Also, hindi pa sila nakikita ng personal ever since. So they haven't actually met in person, no? Still, he's hoping po dahil sa palliative care na po siya na he's seeing this na baka pwedeng ma-approve ang visa application nila. We're not really sure if they'll look at it that way. Maraming salamat. It's a sad situation, but I can understand nga, no? Now, ito po, ang unang-unang problema, sabing mga dito, hindi pa sila nakikita. For fiancé visa, to work, dahil of course hindi nga siya pwedeng sa Pilipinas dumapakasal. But for fiancé visa to work, kailangan nilang pakita na may personal meeting na at least once. No? It's actually part and parcel of the condition that the parties have met. So kung hindi pa sila nakikita at all, no? So online nga lang, telepono. I mean, of course, ngayon na nga there are ways of now keeping in contact much more than say 20 years ago. So pero kung hindi pa sila nakikita, that is a problem. So they will likely fall short of the conditions for fiancé visa, for example. Yung income, hindi nga yung problema because disability living allowance is actually one of the benefits that you're allowed to have and would not go against you kung yung nga lang ang pera mo, because obviously at the moment it's still 18,600, but the benefits unlikely to be 18,600. So yun, hindi po yung problema, yung pera. Ang problema kung hindi pa sila nakita. Now, what can you do? Now, what you could do is, especially palliative care na nga siya, so ibig sabihin talagang malala na nga ang sakit niya. Kung ako kayo, I would make an application like now, for visit visa. So at least makita nga sila dito. And you'll find that the visit visa, you can make an application on a premium service. There's an additional fee for that. But you can also, pasok niyo yung application, sabihin niyo nga lang doon sa application, sa covering letter, na in urgent nga ito, emergency, dahil nga yun. Make sure na magbigay din kayo ng medical notes, medical report para dun sa sponsor nga dito, makikita nila talagang emergency nga. But at the moment, kung hindi pa nga kayo nakikita, yung fiancé visa is not going to work. You need to have a look at the alternative. Alternative really only is going to be marriage visa. I mean, you can try and apply on exceptional circumstances, pero yun you'll find na siguro mas mabagal yun. So kung if time is of the essence, and clearly it is, make an application for visit visa. Yung nga lang, of course, visit visa means kailangan niyang bumalik. But this one that really, may mga scenario na you may be able to do it without needing advice of a solicitor. Ito, I would say, if at all possible, get a solicitor involved so that it can be done quickly. I'm so sorry. Keep us informed. Hopefully, it works out for you as much as you can. Now, tingnan natin. Kung meron pa mga questions, tingnan ko nga dito.
Hi, Attorney Lida. I know many people are curious about this question. We are aware that not all Filipino to British marriages are successful. In this case, what if a Filipino woman plans to remarry a British man? How can she change her passport's name to her future husband's surname? Thank you.
Actually, that is a great question. It's a question I have all the time, no? So, unang-una po ito. Kung nag-aalala kayo, kailangan palitan yung pangalan nyo nga in the UK to that of your fiancé or soon-to-be spouse, hindi nyo kailangan, no? To make an application nga on the basis of relationship. The typical example po kung may sabihin natin kasal kayo sa atin o kinasal kayo sa atin, wala namang divorce sa atin, no? Okay, you can try and get rid of it by way of an annulment, but still that may not be possible, yung annulment nga. Tapos gusto niyo pumasok dito. You are a partner or you've been living together, actually, for example, in the Philippines, or not even living together, no? Alam niyo naman, those of you who followed me from last week, no? Alam niyo, the definition for partners changed, no? You don't need to show living together anymore, pero kailangan niyo pa rin pakita that the relationship is akin to marriage a minimum of 2 years. So sabihin natin yung sitwasyon niyo. Kasal kayo pa rin sa atin kung papasok nga kayo dito as the unmarried spouse. Now, hindi nyo kailangan, in making that application, you do not need to change your name, no? So kung married name kayo, yung pa rin, kung gusto niyo kung kailangan niyo gamitin yun, that's fine. You will also find, and of course, I'm not the Philippine Embassy, but I think dito nga, you can't simply change your name. So kung once you've taken your married name, hindi nyo, kahit nga divorce na kayo sa UK, you can't simply change your name to that of your new husband's name, or indeed even your single name. Dahil sabi nga nila, well, there's no divorce nga in the Philippines. So you need, of course, one name nga lang. You can't have 2 different names. Otherwise, maguguluhan nga immigration nyo. So whatever's on your passport, you need to stick with that. Pero hindi nyo kailangan palitan nga. Pagka nandito kayo, kahit nga kasal kayo nga sa iba na, kahit divorce na nga kayo, kung hindi nyo mapalitan nga yung Filipino passport nyo to the new married name, then you don't have to necessarily do it. It doesn't make any difference to yung legal situation. So hopefully that helps. So you don't have to. unless, well, you can try and want to, you may want to, but you may find it's difficult to do. Dahil walang divorce sa atin eh. Now, next question po natin, sabi dito, I have a question about the dependent care visa. Perfect, because this is on point sa topic natin. No? My partner arrived in the UK noong November 2023. Okay, so ano na tayo, 2024 na tayo. 3 years po ang contract niya as a carer. Pwede po ba niya akong kunin within the validity ng cost niya after spring? If ever na pwede, how much dapat ang annual income niya? Bothered po lang kami as a new rules released recently. Ay, tama ka. Actually, again, great question. No? I like these. I like all your questions. They're very practical nga. And that's really where we want, what we want to do, no? Para sa show nga natin. Hindi nga lang na ito nga ang batas. We should apply it now. So it's a great question. Ang maganda nga, unang-una, dahil nandito na nga siya, nagbago yung batas, pwede ka pa rin niyang kunin. So that's great. So even though nagbago ng batas on the 11th of March, dahil nandito na siya, pwede ka niyang kunin as a dependent. Now, income. The income nga, as I've said before, must be at least the minimum income requirement. Pero kung kukunin ka niya as a dependent, there are two ways of showing, maintenance na sapat nga ang pera niya para sa iyo. So he can either or she can either ask the employer to provide what they call certification, no? Kaya nga niya sustento nga dito, kaya sapat ang income nga niya. That's fairly straightforward form with your application. O kaya you need to be able to show money in an account. Now, actually, it's I was advising someone, in fact, about this only the other day. So, let me have a look nga. So, I'll give you the exact amount. So, for a dependent partner in the UK or applying for entry clearance, ito, no? Ang kailangan niyang pakita, £285, no? Not a lot, really, in the scheme of things. But the £285 must be in that account niya, o account mo, a minimum of 28 days. Okay? So, kung magpapasok kayo ng application, bilangin nyo nga, no? Bilangin nyo yung pecha, no? Make sure that you don't submit an application within, say, the 27 day, not in compliant with the amount. So, 285 nga lang kailangan yung pakita. So the upshot of it is good luck, no? Hopefully we'll see you in the UK soon. No? Let us know. Now, I think meron pa tayong question, no? The guy. I love that picture also. Attorney Lira, my friend was hired as a carer sa care home in March 2022. At nadala niya yung mister niya in October 2022. Would they be affected? Guy, no. That's the answer. Thank goodness, no? So it's yung lumang batas ang applicable nga sa kanila. So ibig sabihin, extension in 5 years time pagka ready na sila magpasok ng application for indefinite leave to remain, same thing. So it's the old law, thankfully. Yeah. Now, so I think meron tayong may batian pa tayo, no? So Menar Soriano Villano, watching here from Quincy Hotel. How posh is that? Wow! I don't know if I can expand this picture nga. Ang ganda-ganda, Quincy Hotel. I think that's a big posh one in London, ano? Wow! Hi! How are you? Lovely. Tingnan mo. Oh, Mr. Duay. Edgar, ikaw naman, picture mo, no? Ikaw naman, you're so funny. Maayong gabi sa inyong lahat. Oh, deep Tagalog, Edgar. Maayong gabi sa inyong lahat. At maligayang panunood. Huge hello to the ever romantic, intelihente, abogado, Lira C. Belated Happy Mother's Day, Ma'am Cora, Emily, Oliver, Ana Lu, Darmin, Edgardo, and Rudy L. Magandang gabi. Magandang gabi po! Hi, Edgar. Kamusta? Kamusta ang punta? How are you? No, hopefully you're doing well. No, I'm sure you are. Edgar is one of the most talented people I have had the pleasure, no, to meet. He is astonishingly talented. I'm always jealous. So now, so yung nga, it's been as usual a pleasure, no, to be with you nga, no. It's yung nga lang. Ang topic nga natin, unfortunately, it's just me again imparting not such great news, but you know, it's better to know it than not know it nga, no? Now, there have been, as usual, lots and lots of changes. Ano sabi ko nga, no? Lots of changes introduced in about in December. Oh, sabi nila, they warned us there are many things coming into play in this in the new year, and they were not kidding. So we're updating, of course, our Facebook with the changes and anything new that's coming into play, we put in. So check out our Facebook now. And of course, thank you again, for the organizations, the admin, or organizations who allow us that allow us to put up our video onto the website. Salamat po. So it's great, of course, to be able to impart knowledge. So, Marian Galicia pa na. Hello po, Tony Lira, at sa lahat, happy Thursday. Oh, Marian, salamat. I was actually thinking of Marian because I went to the hairdressers the other day, and I saw a lady nga with ang haba ng buhok niya, and she's blonde, no? And actually thought about Miss Paner because of ang habang buhok niya, but she has very dark hair. She's lovely. But yeah, so it's not better to know kung may problema nga po rather than not know, so that way you can deal with it, no? And there will be changes still, lots and lots of changes, I'm sure, coming into play in the next few months. This is probably the busiest I've ever actually been. So please do keep in touch, and of course, if I can help, then I will try to do so nga. Now, kung meron nga kayong questions po, feel free to email us, no? Email me at LIRA in Law at Douglas-Simon.com. Or post your questions nga on our Facebook, and we'll try and deal with them as soon as possible. Kung mag-email po kayo sa akin, at saka o mag-post nga kayo, but actually kung mag-email kayo sa akin, because that comes to me anyway, then pwede ba lagay niyo yung telephone number nyo, no? So at saka sa subject lagay niyo LIRA in Law. But please, lagay niyo yung telephone number nyo. Sometimes nga it's an easy question to answer. It's easier for me to just give you a quick call. Kung gusto niyo sumulat nga din in Tagalog, hindi din po problema, of course, no? Tagalogin niyo. Yung nga lang, most of the time, I don't answer in Tagalog. Ang problema, autocorrect. So, kung magta-type ako ng Tagalog, it inevitably changes it, no? Kasi autocorrect. So, it never ever makes sense. So, pagka sumasagot ako yung English, hindi naman ibig sabihin na hindi ko naiintindihan. Naiintindihan ko po. Yung nga lang, it's, as I say, it's autocorrect. I hate autocorrect. Well, actually, I don't really. I'm grateful for autocorrect, apart from when I'm typing things in Tagalog. But anyway, so there you go. It's been it's been a strange year, and I hope now that there are not many more of these changes, but I suspect there will be. So I think we're going to be very busy. So but look, it's it just leaves me out to say it's a pleasure to be with you again today, and it's of course kung meron kayong mga questions, as I say, make contact with us. I better just show you our website details, no? Website po namin ito. Kung meron kayong gusto makita mga articles ko, check out our website, no? The Douglas Simon solicitors to po, no? You can go into that, and also of course you're very welcome to have a look at Facebook, which is updated nearly on a daily basis nga ngayon. And of course, email po, lirainlaw@douglas-simon.com. Yeah, and please send your questions nga in time for next week. Now, this leaves me really to say, salamat po for joining me again on this Thursday evening. And of course, we are on every Thursday, every single Thursday. Live po kami at LIRA in Law, no, between 7:30 and 8:30 UK time. We're broadcasting live from London, England. But otherwise, it just leaves me really to say, until next time, no? Until next time, same place at LIRA in Law. Good night po. See you soon.